Welcome back. So in this Numpy tutorial series, we're going to be talking about indexing and slicing. If you don't watch the two previous videos, make sure you go back and watch them. So in Numpy tutorial series now, we're talking about indexing and slicing. And what do you mean by indexing? Actually, at times we need to point to a specific element in an array. So indexing is how we point to or use a specific, let me put that like that, a specific element. So a specific element in an array. And what is slicing? At times we need to just extract some part of an array. So slicing is how we extract some part of an array. So and how do we do this now? Let's get started with indexing now and let's see. Okay, so what do we mean by indexing actually? So indexing now. So indexing. So let's say we have an array now. We have just like, okay, let's say we have an array and let's name it A and we have it as np dot array, and let's have it as one dimensional array, and let's have it as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So in this array now we have 100 items in it. So if you just print this array now, okay, there's an error somewhere. Oh, sorry, we didn't import. So let's import our numpy np. So we have this way now. So if I should run this, so we have it like this now. So let's say we only want to print out this 10 or we only want to print out this 30 now. So as we all know that we are using zero-based indexing in numpy, and it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are using it like that now. So we could just print out A now, then with square brackets we reference to the index we want to print. So if we do it like this, you can see we are printing out 1, and if you change this to, let's say, something like 3 now, if you change this to something like 3 now, we are printing out 40, right? That's because 40 is on the third index there, is on the fourth index, and that's 3. That's 0, 1, 2, 3, right? On the third index. So, and let's say we want to print out the last term, but we don't know the last term, and we don't know how many terms there is in the array. So we remember that we could get the size of an array by just a.size, right? And it's going to tell us the size of the array, right? So to print out the last array now, we could just simply say print yes, then a.size. But we know that since indexing starts from 0, the last item must be the size minus 1, right? So we're going to subtract that 1 from here now, and if we should print this now, we see that we are getting 100 the last term, right? So this is how it works now. So let's try and see two-dimensional array, sorry. So if you have np.array here, now, we could just have something like this. Okay, so let's just have, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's have it as 1, 2, 3, okay, 4 now, and let's have, okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you have it this way now, and we want to print out, okay, let's print out the array and see. Oh, this is meant to be an open and close bracket here. So yes, we have it this way now. So what do we do now? Let's say we want to reference this. If we want to reference this, so how do we do that now? So let's say, and here now we are going to have b and just two brackets. And why are we having these two square brackets now? We're having these two because we're having a row, which is this and this, and we're having column, right? And if you look at it here now, let me do it this way a bit. Okay, this is our column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3. Let me see if this still works well. Okay, and this is our row 0, row 1, right? So we are going to specify the row here, and I'm going to specify the column we want to reference in that specific row, right? So if I have to print 2 now, 2 is on row 0, right? So we put 0 here, and 2 is on column 1. So we put that 1 here now. If you should print this out, we are getting 2. So let's say we want to reference 7 now. You can see that 7 is on row 1 and this is on column 2. So we can pin that out down, but let's say, okay, let's have a touch of three-dimensional array here, dot array. So let's have it like this. Now we have this and we have this 1 2 2 3 and just this way 4 5 6, right? So I think you should start seeing why I like formatting my arrays this way. So it just allows for easier processing and accessing the way for better visualization actually. So I can have it like this too, and let's just have as 7 8 9. So now you should have guessed that now when we are trying to access, let's just print out C first. Now we have it this way, and when we are trying to access a specific element, now we should be having how many square brackets? This is two dimension. This is just 2 dimension actually, not 3. So we have a row here. So this is row 1 2 3, and this is column 1, sorry, row 0, row 1, row 2, column, and this is column 0, column 1, column 2 now. So we could just print out, let's say I want to print out 5 now, and we see that 5 is on row 1 and column 1. So if you just put 1 here, we could see that 5 now. So this is how we just use indexing to access a specific element. So let's talk about slicing now in Python. And as I've said earlier, slicing is just a way that you use to print or extract some part of the text. So now let's print our array A. Now we could say it like this. Now we have 10 to 100, right? So let's say we want to print just from 10 to 50 now. From 10 to 50, how are we going to do that? We're just going to have like something like, okay, A now, then we have our square bracket again, and we're starting from index 0. I want to stop at the index before this now. So you can see from index 0 to index 5, it's actually going to stop at index 4. You can see this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that's why it's stopping at index 4. So if we were to just use this, we could just set it as to another variable entirely. So, and that's how it works. So let's say now I want to print just from index 40 now to the last index, and let's say we didn't know the amount of elements in the array. As we use a.size before here, we could use it again for something like that here now. So now we know that it's starting from index what? This is index 3, right? So we just say a now 3, and we just say a.size. So now you see it now 40 to 100. But let's say we want to print the last two terms of the array and we didn't know the number of elements in the array by default. So let's just say now we have it like this now. A, then we have it like this. A.size. We have like A.size minus 2, then our column A.size. So we have it like this. Now we're printing the last two terms of the array, and it was to be the last 3 terms. It will work quite alright. So this is how we like slice in Python. This is how we slice most things. But let's not say we want to have step as you're slicing. If you want to have step as you're slicing, what are we going to do to have some step as you're slicing? So we could just have it this way now. And yes, before we talk about step, we could have a reverse order, and that would just be like here, and we could just have, okay, we could have -1. And now we can see we are reversing the elements. We are reversing them to give us in another format now. So that's how it works too. So now let's say we want to have step now. So if I should just like, okay, let me just have this and we paste this here now. I could just have it this way now, and I could just have 2 again. And what am I having here now? You can see that I'm only printing the element now in the odd, in the even index height. That's because this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the even index. But if I should do it the other way around now, you see that I am only printing the index in the odd number. Or you can see this one now. So this is like having a step now. So if I have to print right from, if I have to print all the element now, that would just be from index 0 to index 8 of size. And let's say we want to have even, we have it this way. And let's say we want to have, okay, index 0 to index 8 dot size, and we can have it as even odd A2, where you have, sorry, this should be 1, have it as, okay, this is even and this is odd. Okay, we have it like this too. So this is how it works to slice and to perform some slicing operations. You can practice more on how to do this and check out what you can do with all this. So we are going to be moving to slicing two-dimensional arrays now. And how do we do that? So we can see, if you should print out our B array here, we can see this is a two-dimensional array and our C2 is also a two-dimensional array. Sorry. So a two-dimensional array. So if we want to slice B now, let's say, what do we do? How do we slice B? So to slice B now, what we're going to have is just write out B, and we are going to have just a single bracket, but it's going to be in the format we use here in a way. And how is it going to be like that? So we are going to have, okay, we have been slicing like this now, and this is going to represent the row. And when we mean from index 0 to 2 now in the row, you can see here, right here, we have just 2 rows. So I'm not even sure that is applicable. Yeah, it worked well. So it's just like the same thing as saying from index 0 to 2. So it's starting from index, this is index 0 now and index 1. So it's bringing out both index 0 and index 1, and it's not printing out the last index, which is where we are stopping now. So now this is just like giving us exactly the same thing now. That's because we are printing out the 2 row. But let's say we want to just extract some column out of this 2 row now, and some column now we can have, like, we have how many columns here? We have 4 columns here right now. That's from column 0 to 3. So we can just slice from column 0 to 1. If you do it this way, we are only bringing out column 0. And let's print that and see. Now we can see that we only have column 0 here, just like we have here, which is 1 and 5, 5 here. So that's what we have here. And if you just have like 2 here, you see that we have 1, 5, 2, 6 here. Just this, we just have this now. So that's how it works. So we could just slice more like this, and let's say we want to have just, okay, let's see 2 here. And what do we have here? We are bringing out column 2, just column 2 here. That's all we are doing here. Okay, so this is column 2. I am bringing it out as a one-dimensional array on its own. So if you show it like, okay, let's say 0 here. See that we are just bringing out just column 0 here. And let's try and reverse this in a way. You see that now we are picking row 0, right? And we are slicing column 0 to 2. That's 1 and 2. I'm making it out as just one single element. So let me just, okay, let's go back to, so we tell it like this, and we just have it more here. So you could just like B column 0 to 2 and column 0 to 1. So you have it this way now, 1 and 5, and you could just have something like B column 0 to 3. No, sorry, 2. That's this 0 now. And for the column, we could just have 2. So we're bringing out column 2 here. So that's how it works here. But let's say, can we have step like we have previously? Okay, let's see. Okay, now let's print B column 0 to 2, and sorry, row 0 to 2 and column 0 to, okay, let's say 4, because that's what we have, and step 2. So now we see we're having step of 2 here, as we printed this, but we didn't print 2 and 6. then we print 3 and 4, but we didn't print 4 and 8. So that's how it works too. So let's work with our last array here, which is this. So now what can we do here too? We can see here now we're having like, if you print C, we're having our array back here. Then we can just print this out now. Okay, let's just say C. So now we have 0 now to 3, and let's just print out a specific row. Let's say row 1, so column 1. So we can see now we're having column 1, which is 2, 5, 8 now. Yeah, just like that. And we could just print out now C now, and we could just like, okay, let's have this, let's slice it in a way, and okay, let's have just 2, and we can see now we're having it this way. And we can also have step just like what we did here, just like, okay, let's say 3, and let's just have 1. A step of 1 is just the same thing as nothing, because by default it's 1. So now we see that we skip the middle line, the middle column. So this is how slicing works. So thank you very much for staying this far with us. So if you want to watch more tutorials on Numpy and some other Python features, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Trex. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you very much. See you next time we are talking about iterating.